This is Felix. Felix has started a YouTube channel 3 times. The first time he posted 6 videos and stopped when the views didn't come. The second time he made it to 11 videos before deciding the niche was wrong. The third time he redesigned his entire channel, posted 4 videos, and quietly archived the whole thing after a month of flat numbers. Felix isn't uncommitted, he's unlucky with timing in a very specific and very common way. In the study of behavior change and skill acquisition, researchers describe a phenomenon called the dip, a term popularized by author Seth Godin in his 2007 book of the same name, drawing on earlier work in learning theory and performance psychology. The dip is the uncomfortable middle phase of any meaningful pursuit, the stretch between the initial excitement of starting and the eventual payoff of mastery, where progress feels invisible, motivation runs dry, and quitting feels not just reasonable, but logical. The dip is also, almost always, the phase closest to the breakthrough. Performance researcher Anders Ericsson, whose work on deliberate practice informed much of what we understand about skill development, found that people who eventually reached elite levels in any domain were not those who avoided the dip. They were those who learned to interpret it differently. Where most people read the dip as a signal that something is wrong, high performers read it as confirmation that the work is real, that they've moved past the easy early wins into the territory where most people stop showing up. Felix stopped showing up at exactly the wrong moment, every single time. And the cruelest design of the dip is that it offers no visible signal of how close the other side is. No progress bar, no notification, just the silence of a system that hasn't rewarded the work yet, and a brain that is very good at constructing reasons why this particular effort is the exception that won't pay off. Felix is not the exception. He is the rule. And so is the dip, waiting on the other side of the next time he decides to stop.
The question worth asking before you quit anything isn't, is this working? That question is almost always asked too early from inside the dip, where the answer will feel like no. The better question is, am I in the dip or am I genuinely in the wrong direction? One calls for endurance, the other calls for a pivot. Knowing the difference is the skill. And the only way to develop it is to stay long enough, at least once, to see what the other side actually looks like.